Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to this afternoon's show with Bridges of Light, and as the title explains itself, in that we're going to be working and doing some psychic exercises. So I hope you're going to be doing the work today and not me. All right. One of the things we talk a lot about, and you hear me talking an awful lot about it, is colour. And colour vibration is something that we've used through the eons of time. And I suppose we've never recognised just how much influence. Hello, Alina, you're very welcome. We've never really realised just how much we use colour. You know, if you take our clothes, we bought all our clothes, but you go to the wardrobe and you pick something in the colour that actually you want on the day. So what is that saying to you? You know that you can feel good in certain colours, and there's other colours that just does nothing for you. So you'll veer away from them. So all of that element of colour we have worked with over the years. So it's nothing new. But what we're going to do today with the colour is look at it in relation to psychic awareness. And, pardon me, in when we're working with psychic awareness, we're actually, one of the real easy channels to go in is through colour. So, as I say, we'll actually do a little work, but we'll be waiting just to see how many is going to join us, and let it evolve then. What when I don't want to start say too much about the exercise, because we do have people that joins in as the time goes on. But what I will say is that, you know, in words we've used colour. In feeling blue, feeling a bit under the weather. Red with anger, we often say that. If you go into a restaurant, the fast food restaurants, their colours are going to be yellow and an orangey colour, and the focus there is so that people will pass through quickly. They're not going to sit around relaxing. So you go to a restaurant where you are going to relax and looking forward to having your meal and sitting on, and the colours are mute and very, very silent. They're not impacting on you. You're not kind of looking at them straight on. So it's colours can fade into the background and be valuable. Equally, we can take them forward and have them in our face. I know in a family house, it's rented, and one of the rooms is a very strong colour on one wall. And I can never settle, I'd never go into that living room because of that strong colour that's coming meeting me. You can have strong colours, but you know, it's the idea of having them mute, that you're not feeling as if you're drained and absorbing too much of it. So, see, our world is full of colour. It was quite... I just say things that happened, synchronicity. I was working on the exercise we were going to do today, and one of our, hi, Aisling and Tony, how are you? I hope you're ready for work now. It's time for you to work. So, but yeah, it was quite funny because, as I say, I was working with the colours here, and one of the organisers behind the show, she made contact with me, and she does the promo videos, and the video she was doing for next month, beautiful, beautiful colours. And here was me in the middle of working with colours. I had the colours around me here. So it's, you know, it is strange. We can link in with colour, and that's what you will be doing today. Okay, we have 8 viewers at the minute, and I want to get the exercise started at about 3:15. But first of all, hi Anna Maria, you're welcome back. As I say, the reason that colours very easy to work with in our work in mediumship or psychic abilities is because we're made up of colour. If we look at the rainbow that we talked about yesterday, it's all the colours of light. So when we look at working with someone, especially remotely, I feel that it's much easier if we actually think in terms of colour. And the reason for that is, for anyone that is not familiar with what colour actually is about, we have in our centre line of our body vortexes like here that is, I'm just making sure you're able to see it. And if it's not working right for you there, let me know if I'm not showing the whole page. The vortexes of energy vibrates with the different colours, so that as we look, we start down here with the colour red. I know you can't do the reading because of the mirror image that is created, but we start down here on the colour red vibration, and as we look with colour red, we think in terms of having energy, energising situations where we need to have a better focus on activity, not sitting back and letting it happen. Just allow it to enforce your energy. And one of the things on anyone that has been with me in classes will know, I'll always talk about if you want to go to an important meeting and make your case felt, wear red on the lower part of your body, even if it's underwear. Just, it gives you that extra energy, that colour is there. As we move up the body, we come into here, the sacrum. Get it up to you there. I have the writing here on the screen, so I don't know whether you have. But what we have is the sacrum, and that's the energy where we're looking at our sensuality and our sexuality. That's the home of that vortex of energy. And as we move up, we kind of we're more on the physical side, down in the lower half of the body. And as we move up, we move into the emotions, and then we move up into the spiritual. So when we come up the body, we're coming to the orange that's in the try to get it that you can see it. That is here, and it's the sacrum. So what you have is you have the energy of love, you have the energy of vibration of love. Okay, we move up and we have the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is the solar plexus here, where the energies all meet. Hi Natalia, you're welcome. Where the energies meet from the upper echelons and the lower echelons. Now we move up then into the heart, and we'll explain this as we're looking at the colours in a few moments. We have the heart chakra, and then we move up and we have the throat chakra, where the throat chakra becomes most obvious when we become emotional and want to express our emotions. It can be very difficult at times because we expose our vulnerability, and it can feel as if we're constricting our energy here. So that's the throat chakra. Then we move up. There's a difference between where I point here and what comes up. If I use one finger, it'll be better. The throat chakra is there. Then we come up to the third eye. And that area there is where we actually can visualize. We use that as basically a camera where we can capture within our energies. We can capture either images that flash past, like some can be like a movie, a silent movie, some can be photos. They're instant, they don't remain. So that's the area there that we work with. And then we have up here, we have the crown, it's more obvious in this one. We have the crown chakra above the head, and that's the chakra that connects us with the spiritual dimension of ourselves. Hi, Jessicina, you're welcome. That's the energy that's there. So what happens with that is, with the energies and the colours, the energy that vibrates at a slower rate is closest to our body. So this is where we have the red energy. And as we move up to the orange, it forms a layer outside of the red. So this is where the aura becomes the carrier for these energies. Then we have, as we move up, then we have the yellow energy then from the solar plexus. It's outside of that again. So it builds up, our aura builds up gradually from the inner layer here to the outer layer, which will be the beautiful energy of, I always call it a lavender, that light hue of colour that comes into the crown chakra. So what we do is we use that energy when we sit in meditation. What you can actually learn to work with is to build that energy right up so that you become aware of the whole aspect of yourself. All the energies that's there, all the energies that's active, and some of the energies that's a bit low, you can work with energizing them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move on to working with showing you the colours that you're going to work with. Work with getting this. Where are we here? And I know on screen my picture looks crooked, and I can't do anything about it at the moment anyway. Okay, so hi Gina. What we're going to do is just look at those colours when we're working, and we'll see how you feel with them, because each colour will give you a different feel. A feel that would be more energetic, more calming, more emotional. All of these colours has its own homing device to actually make you feel within, because what they're doing is they're tapping in to the energy that's around us, and they're giving us the insight into becoming aware of how you tune into things. What in this I'll show you how you take your own control of the situation, in the sense of what feels right with you, and we'll look at that in a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these colours, and you have, like, literally there's 7, but I've put in 9. All right. First of all, we have the red that we talked about as the base chakra, then the sacral, then we have the solar plexus area up here. I don't know if you can see through the writing because I don't know what it's like on the other side, not yet. But okay, so as I say, I put in 9 colours because it depends on how you're feeling. If you're doing meditation, it depends on actually how you're feeling on the day and what you need. We have here for the heart chakra, we have 2 colours. The pink is the healing, the emotional healing. And green can also come in here as a balancer, so that emotionally balance can take place. So that's where there's 2. If either colour comes in, that's fine. If both comes in, that's fine. Just work with it. When we move up, then we're going up to the. I'll move this over a bit. When we move up to the blue, to here, the throat chakra, and that, as I say, is about expressing your emotions. So if there's something going on in your heart chakra, you'll generally find that the blue is a little bit out of kilter. Now, this is the one that I take personally. You come to the third eye. Indigo is the colour that's given in the third eye. But I personally have never sat and got indigo coming in at that level. I would feel indigo has a much stronger outward, but anyway, I'm not going into that one at the minute. What I find, and that's as close as I could get to, it's a magenta I would feel. I would see the magenta coming in rather than the indigo. So, as I say, that's me, that's my personal way of doing it. Doesn't say it's wrong, it doesn't say it's right for anyone else, it's right for me. And then we have this, and it'll be much lighter. It's nearly like a hue. If you ever walked in a field of bluebells, that gorgeous hue of heavenly light, I call it, because it has that beauty and that mystic look about it. So when you're doing it, what you're going to do is you're going to feel it for you. Feel it how it is for you. What does it do for you? Does it give you more energy? Does it make you kind of more sleepy? Whatever way it affects you, that's your colour. That's the colour you need, because in a moment you're going to pick a colour and you're going to do a little work on that colour. So if you have a pen and paper handy, the best way really, if you want to participate in the exercise, is to just write what the answer to the question I'm going to give you on the colour. Write it on the screen so that we have it, that we're able to work with it here through me and onwards, okay? Allow yourself, like there's several different ways people work, and you know, I don't hide it that this is the way I work, colour is the way I work. But it is part of the easiest way I found into working with psychic awareness was through this element, because what you have, and they maintain there's 32 different shades in every colour. I believe there's a lot more. You know, you can keep shading right down. When you look at that, because of our life's experiences, we're able to tune in at a level that starts creating images and vibrations within our own essence, within our own energy field. Because the essence of colour, is who we are. So what I'm going to ask you now is, I'm going to ask you to pick a colour. Go the right way, Bridie. You have all the colours there. I'm going to ask you to pick a colour from the board. Okay. Now I'm just going to remove the board because I don't want any other influence affecting you coming from the board. I want it to be coming from you. Okay. Yellow is jumping at you. Lovely. So you're ahead of me, Aisling. What I want you to do is what Aisling has done there. Write what the chosen colour, what it's making you feel. I really only want one statement because I think our limit on time would become a bit too stretched. So we'll have to just kind of keep it to one. lavender or bluebells, yeah. Lovely, Helena. Lovely to see you here. Joy. Let's see. I know people come and go because of life, really. We'll see. Anyone else have? That's lovely to peace. Yeah. Anyone else have a feeling that comes? Okay. I'll just spend another moment. Sylvia, lavender for tranquility. Lovely. Yeah, I always feel lavender if you're sitting in a lavender field. Pink, love, joy and hope. Definitely. And that's what we need a lot of at this present moment in time. We'll just take a moment now. Hello, Margaret. How are you? Lovely to see you here. What I'll ask you, Margaret, is you're being jumped in at the deep end, but I know you know what we're about. Think of a colour of the chakras, and just stay with it for a moment on how you feel. Let it talk to you. Because everything about this whole area of work is let it do the talking to you. You can go along, this is why I say you find your own way, because this is my way, and this is how I do it. But let whatever it is talk to you, so that you become familiar with it, that it gives you the strength and the power to do rising. Lovely. What is it? Tony. It would be, it's the situation where you can actually become one with it. And we'll do that in a second. We look at that. So just a colour that gives you some feeling. The energy, it can be about boosting your energy field. I don't want to say too much at the minute, but take me back to what I feel about lavender. If someone remind me, and anyone that knows me knows I need a lot of reminding at times, because I wander around the place so much. Okay, so what we'll do now is, and I just want to get a pen, having my pen here, isn't that bad planning? I just have to pop in and get a pen. It was where I left it to take it in. There wasn't much use out there. So now what I'm going to ask you to do is to sit in the power. And when I say that, I'm not asking you to go into anything deep. We're just going to spend about 2 minutes where you're going to sit in the colour you've chosen. And I'll direct you through it, but what I want you to feel is like the children's soap bubbles that they can blow. I want you to feel yourself that you're in the middle of that bubble, and that you're going to breathe the colour out. So it's going to be very simple. All you'll be doing is sitting and allowing, first of all, the bubble to surround you. So allow the bubble to grow, and then what you're going to be doing is breathing in to the bubble. So you're breathing in the colour, but you're breathing out the colour into your bubble, so that you're actually going to be surrounded by it. Okay? So is everyone ready? And we'll just get started. No music, no nothing. It's going to be quite simple. Okay. Now just allow yourself to sit still. And just visualize the bubble generating in front of you. A nice big bubble. And allow yourself to sit in the midst of this bubble so that as it gets bigger, you find yourself sitting in the middle of it. Now, as you breathe in, you're breathing in that colour. A nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just allow the colour to fill your bubble. That beautiful colour. Just be aware of how you feel. With each breath, just breathing in and allowing the colour to immerse every cell in your body. And with the outward breath, allow your bubble to fill with that gorgeous colour. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to stay within the bubble, and what I'm going to ask you to do is just as open your eyes and pick someone on the viewers list of people to send that colour to them so that you're connecting with them like a rainbow, sending a beautiful colour, so you will be exchanging colours, connecting with other people all over the globe. So just visualise the bubble that opens to allow that ray of the rainbow to reach out to the person that you feel drawn to. Lovely, Tony. So just allow that beautiful colour to connect with someone else that's on the list of people here. We have Tony. I'll go through the list just in case you're not able to see. There's Tony, Margaret, Gina, Sylvia, Helena, Aisling. Is that Gina? Yeah. Giuseppina, Natalia, Anna Maria, so just link the colour to the chosen one. And just allow yourself to feel that energy. Allow yourself to feel what it is that you're sensing. Okay. We'll come back to that energy in a few moments later on, towards the end of the relaxation. But I just want to see any questions on it. As I said, this is about you evolving and allowing your energy to become sensitive to I call it the third dimension of self, and even the fourth dimension, because we had a discussion in a conference there weekend before last on Bridges of Light, talking about the fourth dimension. And it is interesting because we know very little about energy. We only know so much of what the potential is. So it's this is one of the ways where you can link in with it and become aware of how it makes you feel. It's all about energy. You know, our colour is energy. Everything about us is energy at a different level. So anyone come back to me, violet, peace, yeah, peace, and that would be one of the ones that I would feel. The only problem I feel that if I'm sensing a lot of violet, that it can, destabilise me. I would have to step back sometimes from the amethyst because of the energy that's in it. It's quite, it is about the spiritual energy. It's about that whole lighter vibration. But for me, at times, it can make me feel not grounded, put it that way. So I think that's probably a lot of where colour comes into with crystals. Anyone that works with crystals, I know Aisling does. You know, it's part of what you learn to manage, which is important. Each colour, as I say, has a different vibration. Each crystal has a different vibration. Never know, we might get Aisling on here one day to talk about our crystals. Kira, how are you? You're welcome. We were talking about colour here. Yeah. Love and received yellow. Lovely. Lovely. So that's, you know, when you feel, isn't that a lovely sensation to feel? You're gifted a colour. You're actually gifted a colour that helps your energy. And one of the things about yellow is it's about new beginnings. Yellow is about a lot of mental activity, and it's about actually getting the energy to go and do it rather than waiting for someone else to do it. So that was lovely. That really was a lovely, lovely gift to get. Yeah, I feel a lot of the energy of violet is actually involved in this exercise today. Yeah. Anyone else like to share what they felt? You felt the green. Oh, okay, we're back. Mary, how are you? Lovely to see you. We were just after doing an exercise with colour. And what I'd say to you is when we're doing the relaxation and follow on, just to visualise a colour that you feel is your colour. I can afford to take the board over now because you're not. Oh, I knocked the house down when I'm at it. What do you say, red? So we have all the colours there of they're the colours of the rainbow, and they're the colours also of our chakras, the energy zones that feeds into our auric energy, which is all around us. Okay, so we're talking about feelings. Yes, Aisling, new beginnings. If you want to be, we'll say, in a situation where you want to be mentally active, yellow is a great way to get into that zone. Now with students, yes, it's an ideal colour for students, but to a certain level, not that they're not totally, because then it takes too much of the upper energies. It takes too much of this energy around here, and becomes that's fine, Mary. It's whatever. Even coming in and just dropping in, you'll get the energy from it, because as I say, the group we're building here is actually a fantastic blend of energies, and that's a lovely thing to say. I said it yesterday. Bernie, I said it yesterday too, where I never thought something could work remotely. That's this thing up here, in contradicting of what I do believe in the broader scale of things, that we're all one. But it's just energy builds, so there's no limit to it, and this is why it works. Yesterday was a prime example of it, because I was kind of blown away. The energy took a good while to wind down from it. Okay, right. We're going to what we're going to do now is just go into the relaxation element, and we'll take the colour in. We'll take the colour into it as well, because what you've done, you've generated that energy, and it's a healing energy, and it's one of the things that where the power of healing comes through the rainbow of love, we call it. It comes through all the colours that you can that you're made up of. So we're able to connect with that, especially when we have wound down and we're not running thinking about being here or being there against the clock. I know with Mary works hard, and there's other people here who's still working. So you try to build in me time within the work, within your working life, because you need it, and especially in the role that you're in, you need to have that a special zone for you where you can blend with yourself, so that you begin to make sense of yourself. Because you know the way you can be, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and you have a voice coming along and saying, no, you're not to be doing it. You're in conflict with yourself, between the mind and the spirit. And this is where, hi Carol. Carol is one of my mentors from the past, and with great memories, with lovely, lovely memories. What you're doing is that the mind and the spirit can be talking at different levels, and this is where it's the me time to step down. And green and gold gives me healing. Lovely, Natalia. It's very the green and the gold. Carol, she's 3 hearts there. I'd send her thousands of hearts back, because one beautiful, beautiful soul. Yeah, what we do is we have to find that place where we begin to talk to each other at a level that we understand, that you're understanding your spirit aspect of you, and that your spirit is understanding the mental aspect of you, so that you're not going in 2 different directions. You're going on the same path, and that allows the energy to flow freely, so you're not in conflict with yourself. So now just let's sit now, and we'll take the colour back in at the end of, towards the end of the session. And just find a nice quiet place where you're interruption free and where you're going to sit nice and comfortable. And spend these 15 minutes or so dedicating the time to you. So feet firmly on the ground. Become aware of the energy of Mother Earth. The energy that also blends with Mother Nature. And with the spirit of ourselves and all forms of life that we exist with. So when you connect through your feet, we're all one. Let's move up and take that energy up through our lower legs, through our knee joints, and up into the thighs. That beautiful energy, feeling of one with nature. We move up now into the pelvic area and the abdomen. So with your inward breath, just breathe deep down into the pit of your stomach. And as you breathe out, just allow that breath to take away any feelings of tension, stress, or anything that just feels uncomfortable. So just allow that as you breathe in, you're breathing in light, and as you breathe out, you're releasing any tension that you may be feeling. Let's move up now into the chest area. As we breathe in, we allow the muscles of the diaphragm, the muscles at your back and front of your chest, allow them to expand with your inward breath. And as you breathe out, release and relax. You're letting go of what's no use to you anymore. Being in the present and releasing the past. We're going to now focus on the muscles of the hands and arms. And these muscles can feel a lot of tension at times. So with the inward breath, just visualize the muscles expanding. But as you breathe out, just allow them to relax. releasing and relaxing. And we move up now to the muscles of the shoulders, into the neck. These muscles can be affected badly by tension, by stresses from the outside world, so that as we go through daily lives, we carry more burdens. So it's safe now to release any burdens that you may be feeling you're carrying. And just breathe in, raise the shoulders up as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just allow the shoulders to sink down into your body. Releasing and relaxing. Now we're going to focus on the muscles of the face and head. So again, these muscles are used many times to hide how we really feel. And this can make them hold tension. So first we'll work with the muscles of the head. Or visualize a band of light going around your head. And this band of light is going to melt away any tensions that you may be feeling. So breathing in that band of light. Breathing out and letting go. And now let's focus on the muscles of the face. It's time now to release any tension in these muscles. So just be aware, first of all, of how you hold on to tension in your face. It can be in your jaws where you feel tightness. It can be just around the edge of your face towards your ears. So it is safe this present time to allow that mask to drop. So now, just be aware of your whole body. Be aware from your toes right up to the top of your head. And just bring your mind back to the colour that you chose. And be aware of how you're able to receive this colour when you're relaxed. You can tune into it. want to say to you, while you're in this state of relaxed existence, tell yourself that you're going to write afterwards how this colour has made you feel. Just give yourself permission to interpret how the feelings and what they're telling you. Just being aware of that beautiful colour, and aware now of the gifted colour, the colour you received. Just be aware. So now, gradually come back into awareness of where you're sitting. Move your toes and fingers and follow that movement through your body. And I said to you there about writing how the colour made you feel. Saying it at that time, you're more susceptible to suggestion and you're more likely to follow it than you would be when you get up and running around again. So that will tell you more about what you need to do. There's no one else can tell you what you need to do, because this is your journey, this is what you feel. Yeah, we can work with healing. We can work with healing, send it out to different people that's in need. But we need to heal in here. We need to heal this body first. Because if we don't, we actually end up lovely. That's lovely, Tony. Tony's right. And she was made feel nourished. And that's what it's about. It's about taking in that energy. You have to. I always equate, if we don't look after ourselves, it's like a bag of sweets, which I'm sure a lot of us likes, has favourite sweets. And it's a bag of sweets, but it's only of use to us while the sweets are in it. An empty bag is not much good. So it's by putting in, replenishing all the time, that we actually have energy then to give. So our energy can be depleted. It can be depleted in so many different ways, which is far too vast to even touch on talking about it. But it gives us that we know that we're able to replenish that energy. We know that because, as you said there, Violet received and grounding. Okay, so you'd be the opposite to me, Gina, because I feel it's, to a certain extent, it's lovely. It's beautiful for I find it beautiful to do short term, but for me, I can't do it long term. But you know that you have the skills to actually help yourself and not allow yourself to be replenished. You have to make that decision. And we all are busy in our lives, and we're all able to tell other people what to do. Believe me, I'm great at doing that. But it's not always the right thing. that I do myself. Ashling, positivity and better outlook from yellow. Yeah, definitely. Yellow has the ability. Each one has, the red has the ability to give you strength and courage to do things. Orange, similar on a different level. It's a more, I always think of orange being more fizzy energy and vibration, where it does give you a little bit of perspective of doing things, but you put your own personality into it, whereas the red is more about pure strong emotion, end of story, where the orange comes with personality input into it. Yellow, what you're doing with yellow, you're digesting things, and this is why it's great for activity, because you're actually integrating it into your whole body. I'm going to run through these because time we're against. The blue, the pink. The pink is about emotions and that beautiful aspect of the emotional self. And the green that can come in with that as well is to balance the emotions and keep them in perspective, that they are feelings that's valuable to us. We come up to the blue, and the blue will tell us, blue scarves, like I'd be serious with blue, I'd wear a lot of blue. And it's how to get that energy around here that gives you the voice to speak up. And then we have the as I say, indigo or magenta up here, where it opens up the vision, the visual aspects. And then the crown one, of course, is the spiritual element. But yeah, just a few things. I'm changing. I won't be doing the Monday afternoon show. I just find it a bit too much having the two, and what's been happening is 3 shows a week. But yeah, I'm changing to Friday night. I suppose would be 7 o'clock. But you would get I'll send out a post anyway. And as I say, Sylvia has just beautiful promo video for it. So that's the change. That will be Friday. This is the May. We're working into the May program now. So isn't it hard to believe we're at this stage in the year already? So I would like to thank you, and we will have this type of thing happening every so often, maybe not just on a weekly basis, but we'll have it occasionally along the way, and we'll be able to get together and move forward with it, because that's what's important. You've all given so much energy to this, and that's something that I'll cherish. I will say to you, blessings, and keep safe and well, because we just need to focus on energy and keeping that up at the minute. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.